Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Paige, here once again with another video on Arrow Season 5. So this is going to be my review for episode 2 of Arrow Season 5, which is otherwise entitled The Recruits. Now just a heads up, there will be spoilers in this review obviously, because we're going to go over the major parts of what happened in this episode. But before we get into what I actually thought of the episode as a whole, if you do want to leave a like on the video, it'd be very much appreciated. Leave your thoughts on this episode in the comment section below. What was your favourite part? What was your least favourite part? And reply to my thoughts on the show as well in the comments. And subscribe if you are new. The opening scene of this episode was pretty damn cool, with Green Arrow tracking down Wild Dog while he was actually trying to catch a crook. He actually ended up saving his life, but the whole someone else, something else line was a bit cheesy, but I guess it made sense putting it in. I love that opening Diggle scene as he consoles that young soldier who is very fearful of what is to come. It did seem like it was his first mission. It's classic Diggle, and it's one of the many reasons that we love that character. That introduction into training for the new recruits was pretty brutal, with Ollie beating the shit out of them. I really did like the parallels they showed between that training as well as the flashbacks in Russia, which I thought was really cool. That first look at Ragman was pretty sick as he attacks that Amatec employee we saw earlier on in the episode. And I think they actually did a pretty good job of explaining Ragman for the most part throughout this episode. It was pretty funny when the new recruits went undercover at that Amatec event and Wild Dog was calling Mayor Queen names, not knowing that Mayor Queen or Oliver Queen is actually the Green Arrow and the person he's been training with for the past couple of days. Ragman actually attacking that Amatec lady was pretty sick. The way he is done on the show is pretty impressive, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of what he can do. Now, some people might get annoyed at this, but it's still annoying that Felicity makes Ollie seem like such a wuss by basically saying that everything, like his judgment is wrong all the time and he doesn't know how to train the new recruits properly. Hopefully that gets flushed out of the show, because that was even present like at the beginning of season 3 with Laurel, and arguably with Thea as well in season 4. It just makes me think, what does Felicity know? She's a computer hacker. What does she know about physical training? And Oliver comes up with perfect statements about Laurel, like in his eyes, she wasn't perfectly trained, and neither was Thea, and that's why they're no longer on the team. I worked out the whole team exercise thing that the new recruits had to do pretty early. I was surprised that they didn't work it out, and that was that they actually needed to, work as a team to ring that bell, which they do show in the flashbacks. I did like that Roy's name, like Roy Harper, was dropped a couple of times this episode. Hopefully we do see him this season at some point. Like last season, I think he was only dropped like once or twice in the whole season, apart from the actual episode that he appeared in. Thea still had them parkour skills when she eavesdropped on the Amatec lady. I don't remember her name, I'm just gonna keep calling her Amatec lady this review. But when she met with Tobias Church and they made a deal for him to basically control Star City with all these weapons. The ambush scene at the meeting of Tobias Church and that Amatec lady was pretty damn cool and pretty well done. We learned that Ragman is actually the last living resident of Haven Rock, and if you don't know what Haven Rock is, it's actually that city that Felicity nuked last year. Now he was wrapped in his rags by his father, which actually resisted the devastation that the nuke had on his city. I did like the similarities of both Green Arrow and Ragman, as both of their fathers gave themselves up to protect their sons. Like his dad could have wrapped himself in those rags and saved himself, and Oliver's dad could have shot Oliver and that other guy on the raft, and he could have been the one on the island. I think the appointment of Quinton Lance as deputy mayor is a good move, as it will not only give him a good role on the show, but also he can honour Laurel in multiple ways instead of, being a drunk on the couch. Also, when Ollie revealed himself as Green Arrow to the new recruits, I thought Evelyn Sharp already knew that he was Green Arrow. Am I dreaming that? Because I'm pretty sure last season that she saw him at the funeral, and it doesn't take a genius to do 2 + 2 = 4, so I was surprised that she was actually surprised this episode that he was Green Arrow. I thought Wild Dog was the only one he didn't know. Now that final scene with Prometheus was pretty damn cool. Now he wants to be the one to take down Green Arrow. He doesn't want anyone else to do it. He wants to be the person that actually does it. But as a whole for this episode, I thought it was a good follow-up to that first episode. I do think they did a decent introduction for the new recruits. Not really Evelyn Sharp though. I don't know if the showrunners are just thinking, okay, that episode last season is enough to introduce this character. I still think they need to do more with that character, especially seeing that people aren't really sold on her being in the show. I think people are fine with Mr. Terrific and Wild Dog, but her character is still the one that people are a bit iffy about. And I can't wait to see more Ragman. It's going to be pretty damn cool. The Diggle scenes in this episode were really cool as well and pretty damn heavy. It's going to be interesting to see how Diggle gets out of that situation. I have heard that Oliver's going to be going over to rescue Diggle. I don't know if it's going to be another country or maybe he comes back to America for trial. But Oliver's going to be involved in the rescue of Diggle in some way. Overall, I thought the first episode was better, but that does not mean that this episode wasn't good. It just wasn't as good as the first episode. The only thing I am a bit annoyed about that they've done this season is the fact that I think they should have stretched out Oliver being by himself for maybe 3 or 4 episodes, instead of only having it in 1 episode, and then we have all these new recruits and stuff in episode 2. That's just personally what I would have wanted, but I don't know if anyone else agrees with me. But thanks for watching, guys. It means heaps when you watch my videos. Especially Arrow. Arrow's, the ratings have been down, so when the ratings are down, that means YouTube views are down, YouTube responses are down, so everyone that watches this video, greatly appreciated. Once again, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like on it, leave any comments what you thought in the episode, and subscribe if you're new. I will have my trailer breakdown for the next episode out later on, so keep your eyes out for that, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.